Ooh, a psalm for the wild built novella. I actually really enjoyed it. I read it in 2 sittings. It was like a lovely cup of tea. Made me feel good at the end. Tea warms the cockles of your heart. Hence, if you need some cockle warming, I think you should give this book a go. It won a Hugo Award in 2021. I think that's when it was released, around then. And written by Beck Chambers. She also won a Hugo Award for her series that she did before this one, which is The Wayfarers, which she released in 2019. It's a book that is set in the future. So she's a sci-fi writer, and it's set on a moon, which is called Panga. And in this moon, they had AI robots who were helping them in their building things and just all the stuff that you'd get AI robots to do. But then, several thousand years ago, the robots went off into the wilderness and said, "No, we're not going to help you humans anymore. We want to go off and be my own AI robot and do what I want to do." Whatever AI robots do, you may find out what they do in this book. So the AI robots went off into the wilderness, and then the humans had to create a new society. And this book is called a solar punk book. So the publishers got her to write a solar punk book because it was a new genre that was coming out. And solar punk is pretty much similar to cyberpunk, except cyberpunk is dystopian. Their world is getting polluted and not doing very well, degenerate. Whereas that's cyberpunk. Solar punk is in the future, but they've managed to use solar power and energy and enhance the world so it's not polluted. Like, think of Blade Runner, where it's all polluted and trash and crap going on. That's cyberpunk. Well, this one's solar punk, looking after the world. It's ended up being a great community living. So this is just all world building. I haven't even told you, like, that's just world building. So that's pretty much the first 2 chapters I've just chatted about. But there's a guy in here named Dex. He is gender non-binary. So in her wording, it's the first book that I've read that they use they, them. It actually was confusing a bit, actually, because it says, and they use their computer to do this. And I was like, are they talking about the village? Like, all of the people use the computer? Or they, as in just Dex, the individual person? So the first few chapters, it took me a while to get my head around it when it say, oh, and they do this. I'm like, they're world building at that time, so are they talking about the village or are they talking about the individual? So first time I've read a book with the they, them, non-binary gender thing going on. So it sort of distracted me for the first few chapters. So now you know that, it'll probably be better for you because you'll be more aware. I actually didn't know that was going to be happening, so I was a bit like, what the? Anyway, Dex is a tea monk. So he has a little cart and he goes around to all the lovely villages It's a new role for him, and he talks to people and gives them tea and warms the cockles of their heart. Simple as that. But he decides he wants a change and goes off into the wilderness. No, don't do that. It's too dangerous out there. And he may come across an AI robot. So what happens when he ventures away from the safe village? That happens in about chapter 3. So I've only talked about the first 3 chapters, so no spoilers really, just a world building. So if you're interested, I enjoyed it. Quick read, novella. I'm actually going to read the next one, which is called A Prayer for the Crown Shy or Sky? Something like that. It was released in 2022 by the same girl. You can just check out Becky Chambers. Becky Chambers. Google that. You can find the info. But simple as I enjoyed it. It was a great book. Like sipping a lovely bouqueted cup of tea with a friend. Maybe a robot friend. See you next time.